Going live. I am live. You're live. What's going on, people in the car world? I am Raymond with another live video. So, I had an interview scheduled for today, and there was a no-show. The person did not show up. So I wanted to just share that with y'all. Like when you're, starting out on your used car with your used car dealership, you're gonna go through so many ups and downs, man. And when you get to a point where you can afford to hire somebody, and then that joker, those people don't show up, it's like, why? Why schedule the damn interview? Why go through all of that with me? But I mean, I have a list. I have a list of people. So I'm kind of excited that they didn't show up because um, it's like, well, maybe you wouldn't be a good fit anyway. Maybe you saved me some time. So it all works out. So but when you are interviewing people, the questions that I like to ask folks, and I like to do scenario based. So I like to go through sell me this car, and I want to really get a good feel for their personality. But in this situation, the person never showed up, so we weren't able to do that. So you're gonna have times like that when you're running your used car dealership, and you just have to keep it pushing. You have to keep it pushing and keep it moving. Uh, so that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make a quick video about that. It's pretty quick, but I just thought, hey, let me just get this off my chest and see if anybody else have had those same problems. When you're interviewing people, what's your rate of no shows? Let me know that. Put that in the comment box when you watch this video, because I'm interested in knowing. Um, so this was for a used car sales position, and let me tell you a little bit about the position. Um, and I'm gonna head out to get to the auction because hey, life and business still goes on. Um, so the position that I have and the way I have it advertised is you have to be able to sell, right? So the position is geared towards you actually uh, making a commission, and the commission that I'm offering is 125 a car. It's a flat rate, which goes about 10%, anywhere from 8 to 10%, just depends on the car and the profit margin of that car. But in most cases, it's going to be about 10%, which is about the standard, right? So we were offering that, and we were also offering a base salary, which for me, I thought that okay, if I offer a base salary plus commission, I should be able to get some good candidates. But that didn't pan out so far. But the base salary is that I'm offering is $400 a week, $125 per car. The goal is to sell 5 cars a week at minimum. Um, so that should give you about, I want to say it was about $900 a week, right? If you do the bare minimum, the goal is to sell more cars than that, obviously. But that's the minimum salary that you would be making, or that person would be making. So I mean, to me, I feel like as an entry level person, uh, that should be uh, something that should appeal to somebody, especially with used cars, because in the car sales industry, period, right? So if you go to a new car sales dealership, yes, they have new cars, and they have a big marketing strategy to get business in the door, but the majority of those people don't make a base. Now they make a draw against commission. If they don't sell anything, you can get a draw against what your average commission is, but that's not a salary. So to actually get a salary to just come to work is super cool. So yeah, y'all tell me what experiences that you guys have had with hiring people for your car lot. Because right now it has been, I had one person working here. She was a Hispanic woman, and she was bilingual, and she really did good. I trained her. She had never sold cars before, and I'm good with that. I'm good with entry level because I believe you're gonna get what you pay for. Atlanta is, but you have to be willing to work for it too. But anyway, she was here, and she quit because she wanted to get Medicaid or something. I mean, it was beyond me, because if you have a job that you can actually provide for your family, why would you quit that job to take out to have to get welfare or Medicaid or whatever? So it was really, really interesting. But hey, it happens. It happens. Um, but yeah, so I know that the job can be great for somebody who has the temperament and the dynamic. But I mean, I have another interview, two more interviews for this position today. I have one seasoned vet, like he is super seasoned. Um, but with that, that whole strategy, the whole thing of you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's the thing you have to think about when you're talking about older people in the business, because they may have that I know it all personality or demeanor, and that won't work, because if our strategy is completely different for selling cars, like it is completely different. I use Rick Dyer. He has a YouTube channel here, so I definitely suggest that you guys go over to Dealer Kings and subscribe to his channel. But that's the program that I'm working for this lot, and everybody can't do it, especially people that have experience already with a different type of method and a different caliber of vehicles. They may not be successful for your car lot. So that's going to be very important for y'all as you're interviewing people for your car lot, when you get to that point that you can afford to have somebody at your office. And I think with Buy Here, Pay Here, which is what I do, you have to have somebody in this office. Like you have to have somebody in office, because when you get into the used car business, what you will understand is you are never at your office. I mean, it's a rarity that you're going to be at your office. And if you are at your office, uh, then I would say maybe your business isn't like that success. I mean, let me not say that's successful, but if you're able to sit at your desk 8 hours a day for 5 days a week, you're not selling inventory, because you're never having to go in and move it. So with that being said, if you're in the business and you're selling cars, you're gonna have to go to the auctions. You got to go to auctions, either pick up titles or pick it up. If you're selling inventory through the auctions, you got to pick up your checks, but more so your titles, and then you got to go to the auctions to get new inventory. So I'm averaging about 5 cars a week that I'm selling. So I'm constantly having to turn, get new cars. I went to the auction last night, and I literally got 2 phone calls on the way to the auction. I need a car. I need a car. I need a car. So if you do it the right way, you'll get referral after referral after referral, but you have to be able to keep up with those referrals. And one of the ways you keep up with the referrals is keep your behind at the dang on auction to get inventory. But with that being said, when you're running a used car dealership, a Buy Here, Pay Here dealership, you need somebody at this office, because payments are going to be coming in, and you don't want to let payments go under the radar because you're not in the office to collect it, right? I mean, that just makes no sense. So when you get to that point of success and you have those accounts built up, and you're going to need somebody in this office to collect that money and to stay on top of that money, and also to sell your inventory, to move that inventory, because you can't be in multiple places at one time. So that's what I would suggest you guys. Well, that's my spiel on the interview gone wrong. It was going wrong this morning because I came here bright and early, looking forward to interview this guy. And this is the thing, I even told him, I said, listen, I've had interviews before. People didn't show up. Are you one of those people? Now, I understand nobody's going to tell you, yes, I'm a piece of shit. Yes, I'm going to waste your time. Nobody's going to tell you that up front, right? I mean, majority of people won't. But I had this conversation with this guy. I said, listen, man, if you are not interested in this job, let me know now, because I don't want to come here literally to waste my time with you. So, but it happens. And you just keep moving. You keep pushing. And you keep on going, and it will work out for you. You'll get somebody in this office that's great. Like literally, like I said, my last employee that I had here, well, I don't have employees, I have contractors, but the last contractor that I had here, she was absolutely great. Like I mean, she knew, like 3 days. I took a trip to Dallas, Texas, to attend a dealer seminar with Rick Dyer. And while I was gone, this girl sold 2 cars while I was gone. She had only been on the job for like 3 days. And I like say, hey, you got it, and sell some cars. And but that's, to me, my takeaway was that I'm a good trainer. And but she was successful. So I'm looking for somebody like her that have that same temperament, but who aren't afraid of making money, because she quit because she needed Medicaid. So I mean, I understand you gotta take care of your family and support your family healthcare wise, but come on, you quit the job because you need Medicaid. Oh, and she didn't want to pay taxes at the end of the year. And I don't take out taxes because they're an independent contractor. I don't control their schedule. They come in, they sell the car, and they go home. But in order to sell a car, you got to be here. So, but anyway, that was that. And so life goes on. I'm about to head to the auction right now and get some cars, because I'm down to 2 cars on the lot, which is bad. And I need more. So wish me luck. All right, y'all. Well, I don't see any questions in here. It looks like one person is on here, but I haven't seen anything. If you're on here, you got a question, want to say hello, that would be like super duper awesome. Tim from Florida, we're interviewing people. How can you tell if that person won't work out immediately? Well, one way you can tell, thank you, Tim, for subscribing. One way you can tell is if the joker never shows up. But no, if they do show up, I understand your question. If they do show up, how do you tell right away? So for me, I'm looking at a couple of things. I'm looking at their temperament, right? So how are they responding to my questions? Number 2, are they making eye contact with me? Because if you're making eye contact with me, you're showing your confidence in what you know, right? So look for those cues. Eye contact is very important. If a person is not making eye contact with you, it comes across as disingenuous. So definitely look for that. And then I personally say, take them on your lot. If you have a car on your lot, I mean, hell, you drove to your lot, so you got a car, sell me my car, right? And see how they respond to that. Are they excited about that opportunity? Do they jump in head first and say, hey, I'm going to try to sell the hell out of it? I mean, I know you just put me on the spot, but I'm going to do my best to sell it. If they do that, then they're trainable. They're hungry for the job and they want to work. So I think with those 3 things, you should be able to kind of weed out the good from the bad, because a person who wants the job will be definitely excited about doing that role play. They may be nervous. Obviously, you're going to have nerves because you're going in for a job interview and you ultimately want to come out with the job. So nerves will play a factor in that. But the overall ability to do it, or the hunger or the desire to do it, is what you're looking for. So show up, eye contact, go with the flow on the role playing of sell me my car, and look at how they're doing. If they're comfortable with talking to you as their boss, they definitely gonna be comfortable to talk with other people. Hold on, y'all. M&M Motors. Oh my God, spam calls. But yeah, good. So I answered Tim's question. So thank y'all, man, and definitely thank you for subscribing, Tim, and everybody else who watched this video. Subscribe. I want to be able to just sit down and have conversations. That's the way this content will flow out. It'll be out in my car or at the office. If I see something crazy that happens, this whole channel is about helping dealers navigate through the car dealer life, right? The ups and the downs, the good and the bads. So stay with me and hang in there. So y'all go sell some cars, be successful, and I'll chat with y'all soon.